Everything is about to flip, guys. Get ready for Monday. All right. NIO is going to be super bullish on Monday. I got to update you guys about what's going on here in China, about a secret about deliveries, why deliveries are always going to be consistently high, and then also what's going on between Tesla and Envo here in China. Very, very juicy video. So first of all, we've had that weekend news, NIO signing the deal with UAE and Egypt. Of course, is massively bullish, and it represents the affirmation and validation of NIO and their technology, not just in China, but also abroad around the world. And of course, the support of UAE's president, the Egyptian president, that just signifies to everybody that NIO is on the right track. And of course, them expanding there via a subsidiary, NIO MENA, also means that they're actually not going to be spending a whole lot of money to expand in those regions. So that's very, very nice. And CYVN putting up money for R&D research, that's also great because you know that NIO, they've been spending a lot of money on R&D, and if they can sort of split the cost a little bit with CYVN, that's going to be very beneficial for all parties. So that's very, very bullish news. But what else? What about deliveries? People are always very concerned about NIO's deliveries going forward. Are they going to fall down? Are they going to slide? Once the incentives goes away, is it going to decrease or anything like that? Well, let me tell you a little secret. Deliveries are going to be consistently high because of the fact that they're doing a ton of B2B sales. All right, B2B sales. When it comes to selling cars to customers, NIO actually has a very complicated incentive policy. Depending on how sales are doing, they adjust incentives here and there. So it's not exactly crystal clear. It's more like a gray area. And when you buy a NIO here in China, depending on what type of car you buy and when you buy it, maybe at the start of the month or end of the month when they're trying to push for more sales, you might get even more discounted car. All right. So, that is one aspect contributing to the push in deliveries every month, but also the B2B sales. So recently I stumbled across this and checking on a lot of the secondhand apps that sell secondhand cars. You can see a lot of NIOs with almost 0 kilometers. All right, almost 0 kilometers of range. Basically brand new cars. And what NIO has been doing, and this is, by the way, everybody in the industry does this. Li Auto does this. Everybody does this. BYD does this. And NIO's also doing this. And they're essentially selling cars in bulk, basically. Bulk to other secondhand dealers or auto dealers that have their own customer base. And then they can then sell those cars. And of course, this is a great way to boost deliveries going forward. And everybody does it. It's not like, it's not nothing special. Of course, NIO has been avoiding this before, but now, of course, recently they've been doing this to help facilitate sales and also leverage the sales power of those other secondhand dealers because they have their own loyal customers that trust them, and they're able to sell the cars for NIO essentially. So it counts as a delivery when NIO sells the car to the secondhand dealer, and then what the secondhand dealer does with those cars, that's up to them, right? So in that aspect, they're able to move a lot of vehicles in bulk, B2B, every single month. All right, every single month they're able to sell a lot of vehicles guaranteed. So that really, really helps push NIO's deliveries going forward. Now, of course, another big news is the Envo vehicles launched here in China, and Tesla and a bunch of other companies, they've actually come out with a fixed response and how to attack Envo essentially. And when a customer is considering a Tesla or considering a Envo vehicle, Envo 60, they have their own sort of method of trying to convince customers to buy a Tesla instead of a Envo. And it really shows that Envo is indeed having a strong impact. And according to people in the know, about 70% of customers that are choosing a Envo is actually comparing it against a Tesla Model Y, right? And of course, Envo car being much cheaper is a lot more accessible and in many aspects, in my opinion, better than the Model Y. So the arguments that Tesla's coming up with to combat Envoy 60 is kind of ridiculous, all right? And the first thing they say is, of course, we're already at this age. Why do you still need battery swap? When was the last time you had battery swap in your phone, all right? If you look anywhere, you have chargers everywhere on the map. You open a charging app, there's chargers everywhere. Who needs battery swap? Of course, they're omitting the benefits of battery swap, such as battery degradation, and also, of course, ease of use, all that kind of great stuff. But it shows that they are indeed trying to combat this. And then they're also coming out with other malicious claims, such as the fact that if you buy a Envoy L60, if you want to eventually sell the car, you have to buy back the battery. Statements like those, that of course is not real, all right, not true. You don't have to buy back the battery when you try to sell the car. You can just sell the car, right? You don't, yeah. Well, if you do indeed try to buy back the battery after many years of renting the battery, then of course that's going to make the car more expensive, right? But you don't have to do that. So that's the point. That's the thing. It's like your house, for example, your house costs $1 million, and you're going to rent it for 10 years, and then spend maybe $10,000 per month, and then you rent it 10 years. It's going to cost you a lot of money, and then you buy it afterwards for the same price. I mean, of course, you end up spending more money, right? So that's the logic behind it, and a lot of these other EV companies are targeting that as well, BAS policy and stuff like that. And also, we've recently heard Zeekr also target Envoy for not having LiDAR, but overall, it is having an impact. This wouldn't be happening if NIO's Envoy vehicle wasn't having an impact, and it is indeed having an impact. It's having a huge impact. The sales reps in all the stores are very, very busy, all right? I've been checking with a lot of these Envoy sales reps. They're quite busy. They're trying to do their best to get the customers their cars they want. And of course, going forward with the B2B helping NIO's deliveries, and of course NIO's still selling well. They have like 3-4 different auto shows. They're going to sell a ton of vehicles this month. So NIO delivery is doing well. On top of that, with B2B to facilitate, they're going to keep deliveries above 20,000. And then, of course, you have Envoy sales that's going to also push deliveries really, really high, keep it high. So you're just going to see deliveries climb and go up from here. It's not going to go down, all right? It's an uptrend. And what's that uptrend going to do to the stock? Of course, it's going to push the stock up as well. When deliveries increase, it means increased revenue, means increased returns, it means higher stock price down the line. So we've seen NIO stock kind of sort of teeter a little bit and sort of fluctuate a little bit, consolidate, I would say. But this is, of course, just like the consolidation when it was at $5-ish. Here we're just consolidating at around $6, $7-ish. And then once we've done with that consolidation, the bull trend is going to continue. And of course, with that news, with the UAE support, with the Egyptian support, very bullish, all right? That's going to help us, perhaps, on Monday, flip everything, and we're going to head off to new levels. And I believe this year is going to be the last time ever that you'll be able to get NIO stock in the single digits. All right. I think next year we'll probably sit around $20 per share next year, and then maybe the year after that, 2026, go up to potentially 30, 40, even 50 and above dollars per share. But of course, that's going to take time. It's going to take deliveries. And NIO's got that all going for them. All right. As always, stay safe, stay healthy. Peace out.